and welcome to the video. I just wanted to make you aware before we dive into the content for the player cabin video that's being featured right now that this has been revised and made into one video for your convenience, and the quality of the video, quality of it overall, has been improved and worked on and edited. So well for delay, let's get right into the content. I apologize for any inconveniences. Bear with me as we go through this menu. This is to rename your inventory stash tab, see if an item dropped in Magic Find, rename your hero, name your color, and display your ranking in game. These are supposed to be the anticipated emotes, but I'm going to show you some kind of convoluted situations here with the menu. As you notice that we have all the chat emotes being displayed to us with apostrophes here at the end of the sentence. We do get all these cursors right here, but we're going to go into it one by one and explain to you what does and doesn't happen in the game. And we're going to start with the player interface so I can show you the difference between ranked and non-ranked players when you subscribe. So if you subscribe, then you would have these players down here at the bottom where my cursor is designated with the skeleton hand that don't show any ranking being displayed. But anybody who has a rank on them, you'd be displayed in the game to anybody who does or doesn't have a ranking. That's the feature of that if you're playing in season mode. Let's go right into the game and show you what we're talking about in terms of featurality here. And to do that, we're just going to create a lobby and go right into the lobby where we were at to begin with and go back into the player cabin. And you will get to see what it is that we're talking about for all the features in the player cabin. You could just be here for whatever reason it is, and you would go to the town of Anoya. And then in Anoya, you would end up going to your player cabin here, and we'll begin the player creation right here to show you how you rename your player cabin. If you wanted to, you'd bring up this player interface menu, click rename here underneath your options, name yourself whatever you want, and then you would just pay the cost associated with it. Your name will change. Sometimes your name doesn't change till you enter the cabin or leave the zone, as it has now. It says the name of the cabin we designated. You have our prospect station. You could do all the things that you would normally prospecting with ores to create the materials you need for crafting. You can buy and sell items from Neil here. You can sell items to him or buy the items he has. Nothing too rare or uncommon that you're not used to seeing. And then you have your crafting station to make anything craftable in the game you're capable of. You have Veros the broker. He's capable of buying and selling things for you off the retail market, sending it to your mailbox here. Once you've bought it or you've sold an item, you get a notification. It's the original mailbox that you know about. And then you have this teleport waypoint to take you where you need to for any locations you have unlocked. When we're talking about guild stash tabs, there's a few things to keep in mind when you're talking about stashes in general. You can't rename the extra tab. You can't rename this main menu tab, for example. But you could rename these tabs. If you had them unlocked, you'd be able to rename those. The idea is that you can't rename these first two tabs, right? And then you can't rename these tabs either. So for the rune tabs, I'm sorry to be kind of a bearer of bad news here, harbinger of news, but this runes tab for socketables, you can't rename it. For the keys, it's the same. But any other tab you could rename if you wanted to. And then we're just going to close that window and show you here in this stash tab that you can't edit that first window. It's always designated as that with the context. Any other box sequentially you could, up until you get to this point here, where again it's representative of these two tabs at the bottom I showed you on our personal inventory tab. We can't rename these, and I assume that the unique tab can't be renamed either. It's $14.99 to find out, but let me explain to you what it is in Magic Find. I mean, this is not like a feature that is a quality of the cabin. It just gives you a safe zone, sort of a sanctuary to do this in. You pick up where you'd left off with an item, trying to figure out what it is that actually you need to find and locate. And you might just start dropping items. Well, now that you've seen this is called the fortune tag. When it drops on the floor right here, and that yellow symbol right there, it looks like a kanji calligraphy, is the designation for the fortune tab. And that means it was dropped directly because of our increase to Magic Find. We've seen everything here in the player cabin. It's cozy, it's nice, but it's just that it's one other thing though. So if you step right outside the cabin here, you'll see that if we drop that item, it would still appear with the fortune tag on it. So, I mean, getting the cabin for that reason alone isn't the sole purpose, I believe. It'd be up to your discretion if you want to support them and the ongoing development of Hero Seeds. We're going to go right into the features of this, how you can rename your character. You just simply click rename, name your character whatever you want, and then you would click the rename, and it would take that cost away from you, and it would rename your cabin to associate it with whatever name you chose. But if we went there, we can do that as many times as we'd want. We're going to go to another menu and show you what I mentioned earlier about the emotes. So you remember the thumbs up on the menu? Well, this is one thumbs up right here. I didn't get all the emojis. I anticipated I would, but I got one emoji. And then right here, you would go down to name, color change, and you can change your name as many times as you'd like for all the colors that you have unlocked available to you. And then cursors, I guess these are what permanently unlocked for me, or it's just dependent upon the subscription. But generally speaking, I thought I'd get more emotes than this, and you can choose whatever cursors you'd like. That is all there really is to the Hero Seed subscription. If you were to notice, and I appreciate you watching the video to this point. Again, like I said, I'm not too sure that it's worth the $14.99. Find out that that other tab can't be renamed, nor is the implication here is just kind of convoluted that the chat emotes aren't all included like the cursors are with the same apostrophe. You get the cursors, but only one thumbs up emote in my situation particularly for whatever reason. And I mean, display your name rank, change your name color, rename your hero, see if an item's dropped through the magic find can be done anywhere, and rename your inventory and stash tabs. It's really necessary for a subscription for that feature alone. Again, if you'd like to support the ongoing development of Hero Siege, all the money from the subscriptions is just paid for the servers and cost. So, it's for the betterment of the game. But it's up to your discretion if you choose to do so. Personally, those are the pros and cons from my personal experience and perspective, and I hope you found the video insightful. Till next time, I hope to see you in Hero Siege.